Hey sleepyheads, we got another fresh episode of Bed by 9 for you this week. In this episode, Hev and I discuss Synchronic, starring Anthony Mackie and Jamie Dornan, the first season of Netflix's new fantasy show, Shadow and Bone, and episode 3 of The Nevers on HBO Max. Time to giraffe cup it up. Thank you for listening.
Twins.
A little snap. Ginger. Snap.
Welcome back to
Hi.
another wonderful episode of Bed by 9. I am one of your hosts, Austin Powers.
I want to start over.
I am one of your hosts, Austin Powers.
What?
Behave.
Oh, no.
Behave.
No. You thought of that?
I did.
How long did that take
Not
you?
that long, actually.
It shows. It was trash. I hate that.
And he is
Just say, come up with
naked-
one for me.
naked face. He is bald in the face. He is a new human being.
I did shave.
It's like ever since you just start eating plants in your life, you just make. It's like
No,
you're
it's
making
actually
bad
because
decisions.
I was trying to go to the gym, come back, shower, and get cleaned up for a presentation I had to do for work. And I was like, oh, this beard is gross. So I was going really fast, and then I screwed up the lineup. So then I was just like, well, here we go. And I shaved it off.
Okay. You look like a brand new 39-year-old man.
Okay, my skin hasn't aged that badly. I do not look that old.
Okay. Your AARP card's coming in the mail.
That just reminds me of the guy's shirt that I saw at the gym. It's in the style of AC/DC, and it said AARP. And he got a lot of pussy, as you could tell from the shirt. I would fuck it.
The shirt or him?
No, for him. For like, I don't know, $2 off a movie theater ticket? Yeah. I'm easy.
All right.
Very easy.
All right. And
Hi,
he
guys.
is your host, Keith is Easy.
Yeah.
This week, we will be talking to you about a blockbuster movie, Synchronicity.
Nope.
Okay.
It's that good. Synchronic.
Synchronic. So not Dr. Dre's The Chronic, Synchronic. The Nevers, recapping the last episode. And then we're going to talk about a new Netflix series, Blood and Busy Bone.
You're batting very poorly on these names.
The jokes are for me, not anyone else.
It's called Shadow and Bone.
Oh, I thought it was Blood and Bone.
No.
Oh, Blood and Bone's a different movie. Shadow and Bone, you guys. Look, take two.
Yeah.
All right, before we jump into that, Keith, how was your week?
It was fine. No, I'm kidding. I can elaborate a little bit more. But not a lot, because really I don't think a lot happened. Blue got sick. He threw up like 7 times last night, so I was just like constantly waking up to clean it up, which was gross. Had a pool day on Friday, ditched work and laid out by the pool, got in a little skimpy bathing suit.
Did you actually ditch work, or did you just say you
No,
were
I mean,
in meetings all day?
No, I called off.
Okay.
I put it in work day. Got approval.
Shout out Workday.
Yeah, our sponsor for all of our corporate America needs. And that was about it. It wasn't really eventful.
That's fair. Was there social distancing going on at the pool?
No, it's Phoenix. We don't care.
Phoenix, aka.
No, they had actually just opened up like the bar back up there, so they were like serving drinks and stuff like that. Which they have like these adult Capri Suns, which are just perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like it looked like an AMF, so I'm assuming it was an AMF. We had a few of them, and they were just like basically in fries plastic bags. They tied a knot in at the top and gave you a straw. They're delicious though.
Okay.
It was like 95 degrees, so it tasted and felt great.
Okay.
And that was my week. How about yours?
My week was okay. I'm trying to. As you were talking, I was trying to fast track and think about my week, and also nothing exciting or memorable.
I love when you listen to you ask me a question and I answer you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you were at the Kentucky Derby. I get it. You had a great time. You bet on them horses.
I would love to go.
For
The
the
hats.
the outfits,
Yeah.
1,000%. I would also like to go because I already know what I would wear. I would wear a zebra suit.
Ooh.
Yeah. A zebra suit, black, white, and then each shoe would be black and white.
Yeah. You'd be like Smiling Tiger from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The black dude that had to drink
I was thinking
the snake shot or whatever it was.
My usual.
My favorite.
No, I would definitely do it, and then have something completely outlandish. I actually saw a story. Someone, an old white guy, he bet $2.3 million on a horse to win. Didn't win. No.
But that's disposable income for him. Hopefully. I mean, it's his life savings.
The whole interview, so they did the thing where they were doing I don't know what the correct term is, but they did a small story snippet. So they went up, he was submitting the ticket, and then they did a cut scene to where he was just standing here like this. He's a very small man. So he would just look sad, and the whole time I'm like, you have $2.3 million to bet, homie.
Yeah.
I think you're okay.
She got some hoes.
Yeah. He definitely has some hoes for sure. But yeah, my week was uneventful. Charlie also threw up. But
Dog crap is so gross.
everyone is okay so far. She's digging in my yard again. Not
your favorite.
happy about that. No. How much money I spent on that yard? You better not be digging in my house. Andrew and I went to dinner last night, and we were there, and they had a dog, and I was talking about how in my house I don't allow my dog to do certain things. Not allowed in the kitchen, not allowed on my couches.
Yeah, you have a lot of rules.
Yeah, not allowed on the bed. And then and the lady, she was like, "What is she allowed to do?" I'm like, "Exist."
Eat when I feed her.
Eat when I feed her. She gets to go in and out all she wants. She's a happy dog. But dogs are disgusting. I don't want them all in my stuff. I've seen her step in poop and then try to lick her foot. I'm not okay with that.
You eat ass.
That is a different story.
Oh.
And that's a late night conversation.
You have socks to prove it.
I do. Because the socks are also covered in ass.
No.
Okay.
If you were a horse in the Kentucky Derby, what would your name be?
Austin Powers.
Original.
I think it would probably be Dumptruck, because it'd be like, that is a big horse, and he's not gonna make it. I'm a big guy. What would your name be?
2468, because I beat the odds. Yeah.
So
Actually, I'm proud of that. So yeah, let's just jump into something that we're maybe a little bit more prepared to talk about. We'll find out.
Are we?
I don't know. What's the name of the movie?
It is Sin City.
Yeah. Synchronic. It's on Netflix.
It is.
Anthony Mackie's new movie. Also stars Jamie Dornan, which I don't know if you've ever watched The Fall. That's also on Netflix, I believe. It's really good. He strangles women, and it's really hot. Not the women dying part, but like.
Is Alicia Keys in it?
No, she just keeps falling in and out.
That's better than Austin Powers.
No, yes.
Yeah, all right.
We're getting there. Yeah, so Heaven, you have 20 seconds.
Okay.
Plot.
So I apologize. It's my first thing
17,
about
16.
the plot is no. I'm trying to think. Ambulance workers.
There are, yeah.
Ambulance workers. They stumble across weird crime scenes and or patients that have weird things happen to them that can't be described by things going on in our time. Like cut back to a woman getting bit by a snake that hasn't been around for hundreds of years. And basically they try to figure
And
it
that
out.
guy just happens to be a snake expert. Oh, I guess he was from Animal Control.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
forgot about that.
I enjoyed that scene, but no, like so. They stumbled upon that. Anthony Mackie, all of a sudden, while investigating one of the scenes, got pricked by a what's the needle?
Yeah.
But it's a drug needle.
Syringe.
Syringe. I'm sorry. Drug needle. Syringe. I'm good with words. And then, due to protocol, he has to get checked up.
Yeah.
And during the checkup, the doctor was like, "Look, come in. You got cancer." And with him getting cancer, he starts taking medication, and that medication gets traced back to his other victims he's been investigating, and it seems like that's where the story begins.
Time travel.
Time travel, guys. But there's no portals in the sky.
No, there are cranes. Shout out Solange Knowles. You don't know that song, Cranes in the Sky?
No, but if we want to
She won a
shout out
Grammy, bitch.
Solange, we should go back to the elevator scene.
Hey, $1 billion on an elevator. Shit goes down.
Hey. But what comes up is the Lord Jesus Christ.
Always. Hallelujah. I hated the movie.
It was my suggestion, and I do apologize.
No.
I saw Anthony Mackie. I saw the little synopsis, and I thought it would be interesting.
It had the potential to be
Right.
good. It bothers me when movies, like, to get to the main plot line, like, the most ridiculous set of happenstances have to occur. And this was just wild. It was like, oh, well,
Spoiler alert.
he has to good thing I got pricked by an AIDS needle. Good thing I went to the doctor to get checked out. Good thing I just said, hey, let's do a full body checkup. Oh, good thing you caught the stage 4 rare form of cancer that I have. But, oh, weird. I have an underdeveloped part of my brain that operates like a child. Oh, this drug that you put me on, there's only... it's the only thing that can actually impact and help me. Oh, there's only 7 pills left in the whole world. Oh, I found the drugstore that has these 7 pills randomly. Oh, when I take these drugs, it impacts me differently because I have that underdeveloped part of my brain. Oh, when I take this pill, I time travel. What? Stupid. It don't make sense.
It does make sense.
What?
And a key part he's missing in there is so he personally time travels, and then once he time travels, his partner
His
in
daughter.
the ambulance, his daughter goes missing because she
she's
was
a partier.
Yeah, she was also doing drugs, and
She did one of those pills.
then so she disappeared. Anthony starts doing the drugs, and then, like any logical person does, he starts videotaping himself doing
Yeah, a
the
TikTok
drugs.
challenge.
Yeah, basically a TikTok challenge to say like, hey, if we do the pills here, what's gonna happen? Body
I'm
roll,
in Antarctica.
body yada yada. I don't know any other challenges.
No, you did it.
Yeah,
You did
cool.
Meg proud.
Okay. I mean, me and her are the same way, so probably lose, right?
Jesus.
Hey, I agree. They had so much potential. What was bothering me the most is how they filmed it. They filmed it intensely, and then they also used music to try to push it, when in theory it really wasn't. One, they had that tint the whole time over the film. It was either dark, shady, yellow, And when it was at night, it
How
was
they
like
film Mexico scenes.
almost.
Yeah.
And every time they wanted to pass, there was a yellow tent on it to be like, it was just, I'm like, okay, we get it. You guys are doing that. And then they used it like, I'm gonna hate this reference, but it's important.
We can cut it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut it out.
In Snyder Cut, right? Every time Wonder Woman came on the scene, they used that old ancient Greece music.
Ethereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did kind of the same thing where it was like every single time they were time travel, they did that warping sound, and then there was just like deep. I'm like, okay, all right, y'all are trying to build up for nothing, and the times that they chose to flash back to, of all the, did they flip a coin and be like,
Yeah, you
okay,
could have picked anywhere.
so this
You're part of the Spanish Inquisition in Louisiana.
This spot, yeah, you're
Oh,
gonna
look, an alligator.
This spot is racism. This spot, you're frozen. This spot, you get next to black witch doctor shamans.
Civil War.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so part of the time travel, everyone, is whenever the high kicks in, wherever you're standing, you get sent to a different place. So if you're high and you're sitting on your couch, and then you get high and you're sitting on the same spot on your couch, you're going to go to the same place. But if you move 1 inch to the left, then you're going to end up somewhere different. And somehow, with the limited supply of pills that he has,
He's had 40 pills.
He's able to find his partner's daughter when knowing that she was at a party when she took this, and no one knew where she was, and he just happened to get high in the exact same spot that she was.
Well,
She ends up being in the Civil War in a trench underneath dozens of bodies, and he finds her.
you're missing a very important part.
Oh, is it going to make it make sense?
There is a brotherhood connection between him and his partner. And then they went to that place in the park, which I still don't know how they found that spot to know that that's where to flash back to.
She always cries here.
That's right. So they went there.
This is where she
took the
comes
pills,
to decompress.
and that bond was strong enough for him to find the daughter in the Civil War. Flashback to the Civil War, finds the daughter underneath all the bodies, as Keith said. He gets shot during it.
A war is
because-
going on. Yeah, people are shooting everywhere. He's whatever.
And then grabs the kid, takes her to the place where he poured it into, and then racism comes. And racism is like, you my boy now. And then I don't know how Anthony Mackie signed on to this at this point, because he said, I'm your boy, take me. And I'm just like, excuse me. This isn't Black Mirror. You're not supposed to say those words to another man and just let that be okay. And then the girl gets ported out, and then the dude blows up. And I'm just like...
He doesn't make it.
In Anthony...
Because you have to go back to the exact same place that you started from when the
same
high
time.
ends in order to be able to go back to where you originally came from.
And the high only lasts how many minutes? I keep
7,
Yeah,
something
because
like that.
his watch was broken every single time he looked at it. So I'm like, it's the same time, man. I don't know if you know.
Fucking Casios.
And yeah, and then he didn't make it. Daughter gets ported in.
He just
his friend,
fades away from the rock.
the friend sees him and did that whole thing of, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, this is normal. And this is
he went.
disgusting.
At the end.
I can't think of anything else. Is like yin yang.
And he lost his dog during the. That was the saddest.
Why
part.
would you test it out with your
Yeah,
dog?
like test it with like any sort of object.
Or test it out with one of those random women you were sleeping with earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that would have been easy.
I liked when he was like leaving one of them and he like tried to give in and give her a kiss. She's like,
"Ooh,
no,
no, this was.
I'll lock the door when I leave.
No, that's weird. You let someone be in your house you don't know who they
That you
are.
just hooked up with?
Yeah,
that is.
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
You get out after.
I mean, he was in a studio. What's there to take?
Well, still,
If you're in a studio, like nothing against it, but
first off, they're not sleeping over. Second off, After this 6 minutes up, get out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We ain't got time for all that. Pew, pew, pew. Okay.
Terrible. Watch it and hate it.
Terrible. Watch it. What would have made it better?
I think like if they would have scrapped the original script and filmed a different movie. No, but in seriousness, I think I didn't mind the time travel aspect of it. I just wish that they got to that point in a different way. It just, to me, it was very illogical that all those things had to happen in order for him to get to that point. Like it could have very well, because the main point of it was the time travel, right? So they could have it could have just been like at the beginning, his daughter disappears and then they're on like some sort of spree to find out why, right? And so they interview different kids that are at the party and no one wants to talk. And then someone finally tells them about this underground drug that people are taking. And then they find the drug and then that's when I felt like that would have made more sense. But it was like, oh no, AIDS needle. Oh no, cancer. Oh no, I'm a child brain.
And we didn't even mention the doctor showing up who created it and followed him home and jumped into his house.
I need these pills. Like,
I'll
what?
give you $2,000 for it. Bro, get some
For
help
7
and get
pills?
out my
Okay.
So here's my pitch. They keep the time travel as well, but every single time you time travel back to the exact same time, no matter what. And but the matter where you're at matters, but it's the same time.
Just
and-
different location.
Yeah, different location.
Okay.
So you would have to play back that 7 minutes, kind of like boss level, but you would have to do in those 7 minutes what you could do, and and let that be instead of flashing back to these random things that don't make any sense.
Antarctica.
Yeah, I'm
The
like
bayou.
that doesn't make sense, but so.
But
that,
this time travel makes sense.
Yeah, it does, man.
Ah,
We grew up on it.
local expert.
No, we grew up on time travel.
Where, if you were to try and travel back, where would you go?
Not too far back because I'm not liked too far back.
No.
I don't know. Far enough back to make me wealthy, but not far enough back to deal with racism.
Just like
More racism,
be
excuse
be
me.
around so you could like invest in the original like Apple stock.
Yeah. Or be like,
And
hey,
then-
GameStop 2020, have a few $1,000s ready.
There you go. I want to go to like Baychella. I just want to go back a couple years.
Oh my god. Nah, I would try to do something to make my life easier. Where?
Or invent like, I don't know, the light bulb before
Yeah, there's something definitely like that.
and capitalize on it.
And then I could be like fast forward to this time where then all I can do is just make a fun podcast with my friends, and then I don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, that'd be the dream. Yeah. Or I'd just write all the like famous songs from like the past like 30 years. Just take it with me and then pitch it and then make all the money.
So one of my shows that I love, and I know you're not gonna like, Agents of Shield.
Oh yeah, it's
They
terrible.
did that as an episode because they also dabbled into time travel. When one of the guys who was first, he was an alien from the future, and then they time traveled back in time, and he took like all of the Beatles songs before they were popular, and then he made a small band, and then he got mega rich.
Didn't they make a movie off that?
Probably.
There was a movie like a year ago where the Beatles like didn't exist, and so he like time traveled, and then he ended up like singing all of the Beatles songs and becoming like super famous off of it.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there was.
I think Legends of Tomorrow did that too. Both great shows.
No.
Okay.
All right. So anyways, I'd give it like a 1 out of 5. I hated it.
Okay, 1 out of 5. 2. So 2 out of 10 for both of us. Math.
You'd also give it a 1 out of 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, so bad.
It's too intense for no reason.
But watch it.
Yep.
Tell us what you think.
And then now, what are we jumping into?
Shadow and Bone.
Jump into.
Shadow and Bone. New series on Netflix.
Yep.
8 episodes. Came out last week, I think, Friday.
I think it's been out 2 weeks, actually.
Oh, really?
2 weeks. It's been out 2 weeks.
Okay. It was like it was kind of promoted to be maybe like the next Game of Thrones type of show. I know it's not similar, but like it was similar fan bases. Like if you like Game of Thrones, you would like Shadow and Bone.
Yeah, it's the like old European magic. I like Revolutionary era, and I can't think of technically what that is called. So, but yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying.
And basically it follows one girl. Her name is Alina Starkov, and she is a cartographer. So she like maps the lands. And the reason why they need a cartographer is because there's this giant black wall realm called the Fold that mysteriously appeared however many years ago.
Several.
And in order to get like to the other kingdoms and stuff like that, you basically either have to go through it or you have to go like
Around it.
all the way up north and go around it. So they have these cartographers that will like risk their lives and map out what's in the Fold to find like the best pathway. But inside the Fold, there are these demon thingies. I forget what they're called, but they respond to light.
Yeah.
So you have to just basically go through it in complete darkness.
It's very similar to Detroit.
You've been?
No, that's why I'm still alive.
You've never done it.
No, of course not.
What did you think? We watched the whole series, so it's going to be a little bit more of a high-level overview.
I liked it. As we discussed before, the first episode built you into thinking it was going to go a certain way, and it didn't do that. Multiple storylines, multiple things going at once.
Very similar to Game of Thrones in that aspect. They just kind of throw you in and introduce you to a million characters and they're like, figure it out.
Very similar to Game of Thrones. I liked it. There's something about me that doesn't like it, and I can't put my finger on it just yet. It was entertaining through and through. I know I didn't like Alina Starkov and just character. Her whole relationship with Val. Now?
The general?
No.
Mal.
That's Alexander. Mal. Basically her brother or love interest or whatever they want to try to...
Her soulmate.
Ugh. And however they did, that was just annoying the whole time.
You hate love.
I do. And it was just, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it.
I felt like it was lacking action. Like every episode had some sort of action, but I was missing like, I guess like battle scenes. Like it felt very small compared to what you saw like in Game of Thrones, when you would have like these huge battle scenes. Like everything that you saw in this show was very limited to like maybe 6 or 7 characters like racing towards a certain goal or battling each other. And there wasn't a lot of gore, which I was just like, which it was TV-14, so I guess that's...
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I guess that was the reason why, but I felt like, yeah, if you have like these flying demons and they're like biting your face off, like throw in some blood in there.
Yeah. You can only do so much.
Yeah. But I thought it had a very good array of characters.
Agreed.
I really liked Kaz. I think he was my favorite. He was the one
the leader of the band
that was basically trying to capture her so that they could get money.
Are we going to do spoilers or no?
We can.
Okay. I was just asking because we haven't yet.
We have not.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. I would have to say Jasper is mine. And my
Part
favorite
of the same
character.
band.
Part of the same band. Just because he was up to no good in
All the
every
time.
scene. Everyone knew he was up to no good in every scene.
And they had to tell him before he left on his own, don't do this.
And
Just
he's
go
like-
out and do it. And he's like, okay, sure.
No,
Oh, gamble away all this money? Yeah. That's what you said to do? I can't help it.
yeah.
I'm cute, though.
I'm cute. I get to do what I want. No, he was my favorite character, and it was for all those reasons, and just because he was one of the lighter people on the
Comedic
series. Yeah. Probably the most interesting is when the general came in, and I saw basically when they figured out that she was the Sun Summoner, right? And then she met the general. And then the general was like, okay, we need to get you away from everywhere. I knew immediately he was a bad guy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he just
Immediately.
looks like a bad guy.
Yeah.
This is by Ben Barnes.
Ben Barnes.
Yeah.
I was about to say Schwartz, and I know that's not him. And Ben, like, as soon as he cut down the black, I'm like, oh, he did it. He created the thing. And they're like, oh, no, that's his ancestor. I'm like, he's too famous for this to be just his ancestor in the TV show. So I was just going to see how they were going to wrap that up. Wrap that into the storyline. And honestly, I think they did a good job.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job. I wasn't annoyed with the story. I was annoyed with one part of the story that kind of still doesn't feel like it ties into me.
What was that?
Well, two parts. So in the beginning, the band that was supposed to capture Alina,
Kaz and all of them.
They dealt with that bad guy,
Yeah.
and I thought that bad guy was gonna like show up later.
They
on.
hyped him up a lot.
Yeah, they hyped him up to be like, oh no, he's gonna show up and fuck up everything in the future.
Right.
And I thought he was gonna make it across the fold and start messing it up with them. Nope, didn't hear from anything else. You also. No, I just lost my train of thought.
It could be he could come back in season 2.
Yeah, definitely. I can see
now
that.
they're back on that side of the fold. So who knows what's going to happen to it.
And then the second story is when that other Grisha got kidnapped by the. They had a particular name. They were like Grisha hunters or things like that.
The
And
whole side plot between those two.
And then she was taken to trial, and then all of a sudden she fell in love with her captor. That's called psychological stuff, man.
Yeah, there's a specific name.
Yeah,
for
there's
it.
I'm like, what is this? And it didn't even wrap up until the very ending episode where
Right.
she happened to be on the same boat as everyone else, and they're like, hey, I need a Grisha that can
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. I need a magical being that can do heart stuff, and she's like,
Someone say hot stuff.
hot stuff. And I'm like, this is stupid.
I was wondering like where they were going with that. So I was
it
like,
didn't have anything to do with it.
and then yeah, she just ends up being on the same boat with them at the end, and then she overheard their conversation. Was like, I can do that.
But so that, and then also the scene where Alina was in the general's chamber, and like everyone broke into the castle, right? Alina was in the general's chamber. She was about to get her cheeks clapped, and then all of a sudden the general was like, "I gotta go. I'll be right back." And then and then his mom breaks in and was like, "You gotta get out of here." And she's like, "I believe you." And just takes off. We're like, what is going on here? That there needed to be a little bit more convincing. She needed to not have the same acting capability there that Kane did in Mortal Kombat. They'd be like, you just show up out of nowhere, I gotta believe you now.
That is your consistent gripe with almost every show. If
Yep.
someone blindly trusts someone for no reason. That upsets you in like almost every
Happened in
every
Invincible too, which we're not talking about.
No.
But yeah. Any more probing questions?
I think also at the same time, she's been at this place for several months where we're only seeing it in episodes. So it's like she has no lies. She has deeper relations with these people. But I can understand because she's like about to fuck the dude, and then his mom comes in and is like, don't trust him. But if someone's mom says, don't trust my son, like, you probably should believe the mom,
no.
right?
So once again, here's another. She was like, you gotta go. And then she was like, okay. And then she got down and she's like, no, I can't do this. And
She's
she
like,
was
but the D.
I'm
thirsty for it.
I need it. And then she's like, he is the evil heretic. And she's like, how do you know? And then the mom does the black magic stuff, and she's like, oh, but only the bloodlight. You're the mom. And I'm like, you could have did that upstairs. That would have been a better story. Shut off all the lights and be like, yo, you gotta get up out of here. And she'd be like, oh. And then that would have made a little bit more sense to me. But I'm just like, you blindly trust in people, man.
She's a cartographer, man. That's what cartographers do.
But
trust and believe. Keisha Cole, baby.
So my favorite character was Jasper, but the general, I almost loved him and everything that he was doing, because like most bad guys, he has points. He has great points for what he was doing.
I think he always plays the bad guy too. In Westworld, he was the bad guy.
Kinda. He was annoying in Westworld. He was also in The Punisher. And
Punisher.
He was supposed to return as one
Billy.
of the... Yeah. I think he was a good guy in something else.
I feel like...
He also looked like someone I played
he looks
basketball
evil.
with. Yeah. It's his complexion.
I mean, he's handsome.
Is he Egyptian?
British.
Ugh. No wonder he was in this goddamn show.
I mean, I think everyone was British in the show, yes.
That's right.
Yeah, I think overall, though, and I do appreciate it was quick. Like, I think originally, like, Netflix always did like 10 or 12 episodes for their series, and it was like you had filler episodes. Like, we could have cut some stuff out, and I feel like they're finding... I like when shows are just like, no, you're going to get 7 or 8 episodes, and it's just going to be, like, main plot all the way through. I didn't feel like there were any lulls through it. Like, it really?
Every scene with Mal.
You just didn't like him.
No, every scene with Mal talking about, I gotta find her, man. I don't care if I just got shot and attacked, and both my friends, my only friends that not her, died.
There has to be a love story.
No, they don't.
Yes,
She
there
was about to
does.
get her
It's for
cheeks clapped.
TV 14.
She was about to get her cheeks clapped. That's all that mattered in that story.
Yeah, Team
That's
General
the love.
or Team Mal.
General, bro.
Not for 14-year-olds. They want
Magic.
the fantasy of your childhood friend becoming your life partner.
Okay.
Yeah. But it has to be in there. You got to appease some audiences.
That's fair. Look.
And I thought Mal was cute. Stupid cute. Like, you just want to pet him and then just like, go lay down,
God.
cutie.
So this is another thing. So what I liked about Kaz, because he was always planning things, that last boat scene, and then it was like, we got to go up there. The action's up there. He's like, the smart move is wait until we get out of here. And then Mal was like, who said I was smart? I felt like he would have walked around and stepped on a thing
Just
and hit him in the
tripped
face.
himself.
Oh, my God. Dumb. And then he literally walked up there, shot people like this, pushed them aside. Shoot the general. Your goal. Your goal.
Was this the Irishman? Is that how you shoot a gun?
Your goal. I was just so upset. I'm like, who? Or get up there where the Grisha is. Pop, pop. Hit that. Because he's over here making these epic ballad speeches. You can get some shots off directly at him. So I get it. I understand. I get it. And also, she never wanted to use her full power.
Never. Not once. She could split the light. The sun bearer. Anywho, overall,
It was good.
it's a good fantasy, quick weekend watch if you want to do it.
Right. Did you like how they were wrapping it up to make a season 2?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of books in the series.
I did not know it was a book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they have a lot of story to tell if they want to do it.
Did you immediately, when the general got taken away by the darkness, did you think he died?
No.
No.
I'm like, if you don't show it, he's not dead.
Also,
That's the rule of
He created
cinema.
it.
Yeah. He's not dead.
No, I'm
He just
like,
crawls out at the end. Yeah. Okay.
I'd have to say the corny line, whatever Mal said, was like, you think that could kill me? And then Mal's like, no, I'm going to let your creation kill you and then walk away. No, fill the nigga with lead, bro. Kill him. Y'all not learn anything? But no, I get it.
He's young.
And dumb.
Yeah. And
full of cum.
That is, put it on my gravestone.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so that was Shadow and Bone.
Shadow and Bone. Watch it.
Yeah.
It's great.
As you roll your eyes when you say it. And now we have episode 3 of The Nevers.
Yes.
Episode 4 comes out tonight.
Back to British magic show.
Yeah. And we have a niche that we like to review.
Yeah.
Episode 3 basically was them trying to True and every time True and it's gonna come
Alina
to me.
Starkov.
Adair trying to convince Mary, the singer, Adele, to recruit, sing her song, let other people hear it so that they can come to their orphanage and be safe. And it just, Mary sometimes saw their side, and then other times she was like, nah. That's my interpretation of
What?
Mary. Yeah. What else happened in this episode? So Adair, she creates a amplifier.
Yes.
Which is like a megaphone, basically.
I was going to say speaker. You're right. I'm wrong.
That Mary can sing into so that it can reach all of London so that everyone can hear it so that she doesn't have to walk around the city and just sing at random parts.
Because the episode started slow. This is why you can't remember all of it. It definitely started slow. She built an amplifier. They were wandering around the city, saw the, what's it called? Advertisement. That was like, if you know this woman, come here, or if you, it's an advertisement as if it was her, one or the other. I can't remember the one or the other, but saw the advertisement, went there, and immediately got attacked by one of the creatures that man was building, which is just, I don't know how to describe it or how they, I know they called him handsome in the show after she whooped his ass. You know what I mean though, right? So when they went to the advertisement, they went to where it was posted. And when they got there, it was just that one lady, and then she got slapped immediately, right? And then one of the guys in mask came in, and then they started fighting.
Right.
She whooped his ass.
She did.
And then
she always whoops everyone's ass.
Yeah. And she was like, grab handsome and old bitch, and let's get up out of here. And she said handsome for sure. She didn't say old bitch. But I was just trying to think of what they called. Yeah. But that was one of the scenes.
Yep.
We also got to see a little bit more about the detective and his past.
Yeah, a little homo.
He
drunk one time, not the others.
He was out there clapping cheeks.
Yeah, or getting them clap. Who knows with them mutton chops.
Hey, he's getting up in there. I didn't think
save the flavor for later.
I can't remember, but the guy who owns the
Gentleman's Club.
Touched, yeah. I didn't know that he was that he went both ways. Did they talk about that?
In the first episode, he wakes up in a bed and there's a guy and a woman.
You're right. You're definitely right.
Next to him.
I do remember that. And then he was like, this episode is like, he kind of felt hurt at the end. It was like, you were drunk the first time.
Yeah.
Not the others. And then literally the next scene when he shows up to Mary and he's like, you could come stay with me. You know I'm not going to do anything. And she was like, I know, bro. Not like that. I mean...
Everyone's got a little they've all fucked each other.
Dude.
The doctor and Adair or True have smashed.
They have?
Yeah, he was talking about how they had they were in the stairwell.
Oh.
And he was talking about how they had like a little affair and that he couldn't do it again, and she was just like, okay.
She's too emotionless for me. I don't like it.
She's bossed up. If it was a guy, you wouldn't have zero problem.
No, I wouldn't be because she was just like, I'm just going to be like this the whole episode. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to be right to the point. I just almost drowned, and I'm
I
going to
think
show up to this thing.
I think there's probably a reason behind that.
I
I
get it.
think she probably got close to someone and they hurt her, and now she's just kind of a stone wall in front of people and puts up her border. She's a Scorpio.
All
Let
I
her be.
wanted, like, she's just been in a few situations where emotion should have been shown, and if she did, maybe it would be a little bit different. But like, she already basically had a scene where she had to deal with like a situation from Saw, kept the same straight face, just like, I'm gonna kill myself. Just a little bit of more emotion, because she showed a little bit. She was like, and then she went right back to, and I'm like, come on. And then she just almost drowned. And then she shows up to the park, and it was just like, yeah, I'm okay. She's like, I do like dresses, or whatever stupid line that she said. I'm like, come on, man. But yeah, that's my gripe.
That's fair. I think it's a justified one. I think like when they finally reveal why she is what she is, it'll make sense. There's a deeper layer to why she's acting the way that she does.
And I'm just impatient. I know. I understand. I get it.
Yeah, like if you were to binge the show instead of watching it week to week, it would probably wouldn't be as painful. Another part of the episode we saw, the reason she got attacked by that big man and almost drowned was because she ruined the Beggar King's little opium plant at the beginning with Bonfire Annie.
Well, that's not her fault, but she got blamed for it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
She pushed his buttons in an earlier episode, and now he kind of has it out for her.
Well, he pushed her buttons, but then the black girl who controls fire,
Bonfire Annie.
yeah. So she went over there, but she wasn't associated with True and the girls yet.
No.
She was still working for the other girl, evil girl. And then she did that, and she burned it all up. Yeah. Malady, and then all of his men, the Beggar King's men, basically said, no, True and them showed up at the end, and then he puts all the blame on her, and then she was basically attacked by Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he did have a Jesus-like powers of being able to walk on water despite being 6'8" and 350 pounds. Huge man.
Yeah. So 20 pounds less than me.
She ends up beating him, and then they take Mary to the park to use the amplifier. She successfully uses it for a short while, but then the dude from the first episode with the machine gun arm shows up and pops, and
so
she's shot.
So do you? I don't know if you remember the scene, but like she gets shot with one bullet, and then they cut to him, and it's just going. It's just steaming. Nothing but it's just steaming, and then you come back, and then it's like one more bullet. I'm like, how what sort of accuracy is he shooting with here? And I know they didn't think about that when they were doing it, but I'm just like, they did it right in the first scene. Oh no, excuse me, the first episode
in
when
the
he
Opera
was
House.
when he was firing.
Yeah, blood.
Yeah, everywhere.
Everyone dying.
Yeah, but she got hit once, and I'm like, come on, come on, y'all had it right one time. But yeah, that's when it got action packed. The last 30 seconds of that episode.
Right. So then Mary gets shot, but
the cop came in with no sort of shield and just started firing like this.
like a gay would.
I want to put this as a clip, but I can't put it as a clip.
Why? Guns a-blazing.
Guns a-blazing.
Just waving his rainbow flag, shooting everything he can.
Yep. He's used to shooting at guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Cum shots.
Gross.
But Mary's song wasn't for naught, because at the end of the episode, a whole grip of Touched show up at the orphanage, including Bonfire Annie.
I almost wanted to call him Grisha.
I mean,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So that's where the episode heads off, and we'll see kind of where it goes.
What do you think is going to happen?
Well, Malady obviously is.
She got attached. She got healed.
Right. I foresee Malady and wheelchair lady somehow.
I don't think they're on the same
hooking up.
side.
I think they're gonna be. I'm gonna see them linking up.
Okay. I got a pitch for you.
Okay.
No, I'll go ahead.
No, I mean, I haven't really thought of where the show is gonna go, but I'm thinking that Malady and
True and Malady are going to end up realizing they're on the same side, and they're going to be against Wheelchair Lady and Dude building handsome robot human beings, because handsome robot and Wheelchair Lady kidnapped that one girl, and then there was that one scene in there where she found the glove with the hole in it, which was the girl who had it before, and she was touching and floating shit. So I'm thinking at the end, it's Malady and them gonna link back up, and it's gonna be a lot of woman power, and they're gonna go against the other folk.
girl power.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, see, yeah, hold tight. No.
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 All right, and that was Never's recap, you guys.
Yeah.
And that is the end of the episode.
Bye.
Bye. You guys have a great one. Watch it, stream it, like it, love it.